Homelessness is a massive problem that has begun to have a major impact on the North Texas area. My name is Mariangela Mendoza, and today I'm going to explain how my team and I plan to help reduce the impact of this social problem in North Texas. We propose combating homelessness in our community by building a homeless shelter called the Lone Star Shelter that houses people, offers help getting into rehabilitation programs, and getting in contact with other organizations. We plan to house around 150 people in 10 and to hopefully change the life of everyone who stays with us. We are also going to partner with Giving Hope after getting approved to be a shelter. We plan to use our partnership with Giving Hope to offer helpful programs and ways to help people to get out of homelessness. Our project description is as follows. First, we're going to buy a lot and we want it to be in the inner city so it is easy to locate. Then we have to furbish the building. We're going to have 150 twin mattresses with metal frames and also 150 lockers. Then we're going to have blankets, like sheets, pillows, some donated and some that we have to buy, and then we're going to have clothes that have been donated and washed. Lastly, we have to set up the utilities such as electricity, water, Wi-Fi, and air conditioning. Then we have to get the permits, so we have to go to the IRS website and set up a non-profit and business form, the report form, and trademark forms as well. Then we have to get in contact with Giving Hope and work with them to get volunteers and a semi-steady stream of donations of money, food, and clothes. Then we have to see if we could get some people from Giving Hope to come and help us and perhaps work out at our location. Then we have to hire staff such as cleaning staff, kitchen staff, and managing and consultant. Then we have to stock kitchens and restrooms with canned goods, dry food, meats and vegetables, and bottled water. And then for the restrooms, toilet paper, soap, shaving tools, hairbrushes, etc. Then when we open to the public, our projected capacity is 150 people, and the maximum capacity should be around 200 people. In our long-term plans, we have donation campaigns, and also we want to keep in touch with those who we have helped get out of homelessness and use them as example for the people that are just getting into a shelter. Regarding the significance of our project, homelessness is a social and economic problem that has a great impact on North Texas. In 2019, according to the Metro Dallas Homeless Alliance, in Dallas and Collin County combined, a total of 4,538 persons were reported experiencing homelessness. In addition to this number added the number of homeless in neighboring counties, such as Tarrant and Denton. Homelessness has numerous causes, all of which have varying degrees of impact. One of the biggest causes is the high cost of housing, including rents and purchases of houses or apartments. A large percentage of the population who belong to the lower and middle socioeconomic class cannot afford this expense since it amounts to more than 50% of their income. Another notable cause is unemployment. As stated earlier, housing in North Texas is very expensive. According to Miranda Herner, homeless individuals often struggle with unfavorable job histories, inadequate clothing, lack of transportation access, and poor job skills, which makes it even harder for them to find a job that would pay for rent, food, and transportation. Other causes of homelessness include illness and disability. In many cases, the relatives of sick people don't want or cannot take care of people with disabilities, so they end up on the streets without any kind of support or hope to find a job to lead a decent life. Lastly, lack of trustworthy relationships plays an important role in homelessness. Typically, humans tend to trust their family rather than a third party. But when, for any reason, this is not possible, having a friend who has our back is key to success in life. In this table, we can see how the overall number of homeless people in Denton County increased 2 months in a row this year. Our solution for homelessness in North Texas is the creation of Lone Star Shelter, which will have room for 150 homeless people. This shelter will give people the right to a decent bed. In addition, it will have showers, toilets, and sinks for the proper hygiene of users, and a kitchen with balanced and complete food. Regarding the issues that our solution creates, we divide them in 3 categories: environment, economic, and ethical. First, the creation of this shelter will reduce pollution levels in North Texas. The shelter management team will ensure that all employees and volunteers follow the guidelines for the proper disposal of food scraps, as well as personal hygiene items. We are also going to recycle plastic bottles. Then, the main economic issue is collecting the money to start and run the project. As stated before, to completely eradicate this problem, non-profit organizations need help from the state and federal government. The manager of the shelter will be in charge of applying to be state funded. Besides, we will run different fundraisers so the community can donate either money or clothes and food. In addition, we will have a training staff which will help volunteers to easily understand the functioning of the shelter so everything runs smoothly. Besides, as in any project, the plan to create this shelter generates probabilities of misuse of resources such as electricity, funds, and time. The most notable potential misuse would be that of electricity. People accepted in this shelter, being homeless, have no sense of belonging or savings, so they tend to waste electricity by leaving lights on even when they don't need them. To avoid this, the shelter will have light systems and sensors in the bathrooms. Regarding funds and time, being a non-profit organization, the team knows that any money wasted badly affects the realization of this project. For this reason, we are taking care of the execution plan and every little detail before starting the construction of the shelter. To avoid this risk, a financial committee will be appointed. We will need to find a suitable location for our building. This means we will have to find a lot of land in a stable part of the community that is big enough for a building and some outside access for people to relax and work. Next, we will need help from the government or even people in the community. We hope to achieve some funding from the government and fundraisers, such as auctions, cake raffles, gun raffles, and truck dances. Then we will have to hire full-time employees for overnight shifts, managers, and full-time cooks. We will also need several volunteers which will be trained at the shelter so they know how everything works. Regarding the project costs, we have property costs such as site preparation, cleaning, plumbing, and an electrician. Then we have the kitchen, we have to furbish and we have to implement the plumbing. Then we have rooms, bathrooms, and employees. In conclusion, homelessness has been a major problem and has affected many families across North Texas. The homeless do not have a sense of ownership, so they have a hard time coping with adapting to a shelter's lifestyle. This is a project that has the necessary solutions that would help create a homeless shelter and get a start on helping the homeless. We have found the basic needs to create a homeless shelter, from refurbishing a building to a fully functioning shelter for the homeless.